Okay.
We're going to keep switching it around until I find something I like.
Oh, Lord. It ain't going to be on there long.
Hello, everybody. Ooh, 'tis that time of year. Okay.
Definitely.
Scratchy, icky throat. Icky. Yes, that's a word. Icky is a word. Come on in, come on in. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Hey, Nathan. Everybody say hi. Let us know where you're viewing us from. Oh, yeah. It's done got chilly here in Cleveland. I can tell you that right now. Chilly.
It's chilly here too.
Chilly. We finally having some fall. It was summer forever. It felt like.
I know. Fall, autumn finally kicked in.
All at one time. Hey, Prince.
I saw your 4-month anniversary post the other day. You said you ain't killed her yet.
Thought about it.
Good to know.
A little help. I'm gonna need a little help though. Hiding the body.
Right. Prince, quit making my friend want to kill you, okay? I don't want to have to hide a body. If that means I have to come, to Cleveland.
Oh no, you ain't gotta come here to hide the body. All we gotta do with it in Cleveland is toss it in the river. Burning Cuyahoga. That's all we gotta do here. That's where Jimmy Hoffa is. I still say it.
Okay. I'm not allowed. You're not allowed to kill her without consent.
We'll get around that. We'll find a monkey wrench in that. Yes, we will. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to Jewcee Tales Erotic Chat. Yes. Come on in. We got a hot topic tonight. Definitely, we want everybody to chime in on this one. Okay, chime in a lot. Let's get us to 100 tonight. Let's get us to 100 posts tonight. Okay, 100 comments. Yeah, we're going for it. Oh my. Yeah, this change in the weather is definitely affecting the vocals, so we'll do our best. What are you doing? What was that?
I was scratching my nose.
Oh, okay. I was all of a sudden we saw the very top of your head.
That's because I got my phone in my hand.
Okay, we're gonna get started here shortly. I think we're both doing the water thing tonight. Even though I need a shot.
I need one, but
I got to be up and drive early in the morning. So
I drank so much alcohol on Saturday. I feel dehydrated.
Ooh, do tell. What was you doing?
I just went to my friend's birthday party.
I'm gonna get comfy tonight, guys, because I'm not quite under the. I'm not under the weather. It's asthma. Yay! And I just took my herbals. So
Y'all, look at this puppy. He will not get off my lap.
I think it's ready for its close up.
He's not my dog. That's the other thing. He's my child's dog. Why is he up under me?
Because you're so loving.
Whatever. I cuss this dog out every day.
And with love. Oh my God. With love. Yes, you do. I got a slushy mucho mango. Okay. Nathan says he's jealous of the dog.
You're jealous of the dog?
The dog is on her lap.
Don't be.
Oh, that's cute. Prince wants to know, is that a Cocker Spaniel?
Prince wants what?
To know if the dog is a Cocker Spaniel.
It is. It's a King Charles Cocker Spaniel. It's got papers and everything.
Oh, Jesus. It's a stuck-up bitch. I mean, it's a stuck-up
It
dog.
is. It's a stuck-up male dog.
That answers everything right there, folks. Everything.
You cannot be on camera, Boris. Don't nobody want to see you. This is about me.
Make a bet.
If you're going to be in my lap, you need to lay down.
All right, y'all. Well, we about to... Let's go ahead and get this party started, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome, everyone, to another marvelous Monday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess, Ms. Jewcee. And of course, I could not do this show without my beautiful, vivacious, simply gorgeous, but never know what color hair she gonna have. My co-host, Miss.
What did you say? Your gorgeous what?
Gorgeous, never know what color hair she gonna have.
Oh.
Miss Purple Rain is in the house tonight.
Yay! Yay!
So welcome, everyone. We're gonna have a great topic for you all this evening. So get ready. How was your week, ma'am? How was your week?
My week was great. New job, a lot of stuff. And then I went to a party this weekend. I started, even though it's not Scorpio season for another couple of weeks, I started my October celebration off early. I love y'all Libras, but I'm partying all month. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I did Diva Day this weekend.
Oh wow. How did it go?
Went really, really well for our first time out.
Good.
Got to remember we only had about 2.5 weeks to get this together. So first of all, I want to say thank you to all of the wonderful folks that passed through the doors. And trying to grab my clipboard here, it was a little far away. I wanted to give a shout out to, let's see here. I'm going to give a shout out to our vendors that were in the house. Juicy Boutique, of course, was in there, and Juicy Boutique Junior. That's what I'm going to call Prince's business for right now until she gives me a name, because she did the
Juicy Boutique Junior.
Yeah, because she had some beautiful, wonderful adult toys as well to sell. So did a good job with that.
Okay.
And she's good. Hey.
Hey, Sir Ra. Master Ra.
Hey, Mr. Ra, how are you? Give me 1 second, guys, because I know for one thing, this printout that I made, oh my God, let me just tell you. Okay, my eyes, I've been wearing glasses since I was like what, 16, 17, 18, something like that. And yeah, trying to find my, will not go over. Why not? That's not what all I wanted. There it is. So give me a second so that I can make sure I can read everybody's name. If I showed you this print, if you could, you see how little, why does it come out like that? Like for us old folk that can't see diddly, okay, diddly. But I would like to thank Liquid 26 Creations for being in the house for Diva Day. I would also, whoops, sorry, my phone moved, or I moved, one of the other. Soapy Treats was in the house. We had a great time with them as well. These ladies will both make their own candles. Soy candles were in the house, and coconut slash, I can't remember what she said she makes it out of, but coconut and something else oil. But it was really, really great. Unforgettable Styles and Precious Things was in the house. I got a really cool bracelet from Precious Things, and I got an early Christmas present
Okay.
from the purse lady that was in the house. Absolutely fabulous. So
Okay.
thank you everyone that came out and supported. We will be doing our next Diva Day November 23rd here
So
in
before Black Friday. Okay.
right before Black Friday. Yep, no, or right after, or that whole weekend. Um,
Well,
and
no, Thanksgiving is the 28th, so that's
no, it's
before.
the week before,
Okay.
and that was at Apricot and Coconut Wax. It was so that she was Liquid 26 was at EEE. She was the young lady with the sexy candles in the house.
Oh, okay.
So our little sexy candle lady. So she's back with us for all three Diva Days. Pretty excited about that. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time at Diva Day. If you guys would like to be a vendor, just go out. You can email us at divadayevent@gmail.com. That's divadayevent@gmail.com. And we still have a couple spots open for the 23rd, and December 21st will be our December
Your
dates.
niece's birthday.
Oh, look at that. Weather permitting in December, because you just never know. But if everything
The
is
weather will be fine.
if everything is a go, it's a bright, sunshiny day. We will definitely, even if there's a little snow in Cleveland, we will still be having it, because that's a great time to shop. So make sure you support the ladies and gentlemen that show up for Diva Day, because you're just helping to support some small businesses that are trying to grow.
Good evening, Lorenzo.
Hi, Lorenzo.
She said, show him the bag.
Not gonna show nobody my bag, okay?
Is
It's
it
way
purple?
across. It's purple. It's way across the room, and I'm not going to go get it. So there you have it. Next time, I'll have it over here by me, but it's way across the room right now. So I'm on the countdown also, y'all. I'm on the countdown, headed to Erotica next Thursday.
You leave on Thursday?
I leave next Thursday. Yes. It's going to be great.
That's going to be a long drive. You better stay in contact with me, ma'am.
It's only going to be 6 hours,
Oh, okay.
but I will stay in contact. But
So
it's
are we
only,
doing this? So are you going to be back by Monday?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'll be coming back Monday morning.
Okay.
I'll probably be a little tired, but gotta make that sacrifice, because I'm gonna have a lot to talk about when I come back.
That can be our topic then.
Woo, Exotica. We're gonna give you a rundown that you ain't never had before. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be. I will be hanging out with Lorenzo and the goddess herself, Casey Carter. So Sir Lorenzo and Casey Carter. I will be hanging out with them and just doing some juicy stuff. Make sure if you're going to Exotica, just
Hey, Bear.
just know that I'm gonna have the safe sex sacks available. Okay,
That
from
sounds like it'd be hard to say.
safe sex.
Try to say that 3 times
Real
fast.
fast. Safe sex sacks. Gonna have those, and I got something else that we're working on. I'm gonna be talking about it later on. I'm not gonna, but we're gonna be having the after sex towels. Okay, so the extra after sex towels, if they come out, if I get them to work this week, I will. I'm so excited because my bro is gonna help me with my new shirt press. You guys, you've seen the pictures. So I have a new shirt press and to do like helping branding and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I can do tumblers, I'll be able to do shirts, I'll be able to do sweatshirts, I'll be able to do hats, I'll be able to do coffee mugs. So it should be pretty interesting once I get the hang of it. My niece also said she would help too. So
Okay.
we got
Okay, niece.
my niecey poo gonna come through. And I also have to give it's only one day behind, but a happy birthday shout out to my little great niece who turned 1 years old yesterday.
Aww.
Your great auntie loves you. She got her song yesterday.
Aww.
She
So
got her,
sweet.
and I gotta give a shout out, happy birthday,
Thank you, Bear.
60th birthday to the twins. Yes. My club sisters, my ride or dies. I love you both
My sister's
so
in
much.
60.
They turned 60 years old. Happy birthday to Yolanda and
Happy
Rob.
birthday, twins.
Love you guys. So, you ready? Let's get into it. You ready to get into this topic?
Sure, we're not doing the. Did
Oh,
you
I
do
gotta do scores. What am
the?
I thinking? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I have them sitting right here. Okay, I do. I'm
Okay.
ready. I just forgot about them. I was so excited about the topic. Ha ha.
I
All
mean, I'm
right.
listening. You're right.
So right now at halftime, we've got the Battle of New York going on. We've got the Bills and the Jets, and it's halftime, and the Bills are beating the Jets 20-17 on Thursday Night Football. Here we go with the scores. 49ers and the Seahawks. Both teams are 3-3. 49ers beat the Seahawks 36-24. Jaguars and the Bears. The Jaguars lost to the Bears 35-16. The Bears are now 4-2. The Jaguars are 1-5. The Commanders
Bear,
and the
I'm gonna have to
Ravens.
make sure it's glued down. You are a mess.
The Ravens and the Commanders. The Ravens beat the Commanders 30-23. Both teams are now 4-2. The Cardinals and the Packers. It looks like the Packers beat up the Cardinals. And the Packers are 4-2 and the Cardinals are 2-4. The Texans and the Patriots. The Texans beat the Patriots 41-21. The Texans are now 5-1 and the Patriots are 1-5. Your Buccaneers and the Saints. The Buccaneers beat the Saints 51-27. Did the Saints get off the plane? Okay, so the Buccaneers are now 4-2 and the Saints are 2-4. The Browns and the Eagles. The Browns lost to the Eagles. The Eagles beat them 20-16. The Browns are now 1-5. The Eagles are 3-2. The Colts and the Titans. Looks like the Colts beat up the Titans a little bit. They beat them barely, but they did beat them. That's all that matters. 20 to
I was
7.
gonna say the Titans beat them up until the fourth quarter.
And the Colts are now 3-3, and the Titans are 1-4. The Chargers and the Broncos. Looks like the Chargers beat the Broncos 23-16. The Chargers are 3-2. The Broncos are 3-3. The Steelers and the Raiders. The Steelers beat the Raiders 32-13, handed them an ass whooping. And the Steelers are now 4-2, and the Raiders are 2-4. The Falcons and the Panthers. Looks like the Falcons beat up the Panthers 38-20. The Falcons are 4-2.
Hey, Blue.
The Panthers are 1-5.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. No, my volume on my side isn't as loud anymore, but it's because somebody tried to call in. So,
okay. The Lions and the Cowboys. Well, it looks like the Cowboys didn't get off the plane either, or they sent the cheerleaders, because the Lions,
Cowboys never play. They always send the cheerleaders.
The Lions beat the Cowboys 47-9. So the Lions,
yeah, they didn't show up.
The Lions are now 4-1, and the Cowboys are 3-3. The Bengals.
The Lions are saying they are not playing. Okay, they almost made it to the Super Bowl last year, and they are coming out swinging.
They trying to come back. They trying to go back. The Bengals and the Giants. It looks like
Lord.
The Bengals beat the Giants 17-7. The Bengals are now 2-4, and the Giants are 2-4. And those are your NFL football scores.
See, I think I need to go show that Lions score to my daughter, because she's trying to figure out why tickets for the Lions and the Colts is almost $200 for nosebleeds. That's why.
Right. Right.
And we live in Indy, so it's a bunch of Lions fans here.
Oh yeah, they're just up the highway.
Yep.
Nathan said, "What about the Guardians?" Well, what do we want to say?
I think they were on a bye week, weren't they?
No, the Guardians are the baseball team here in Cleveland. Okay, Nathan, you're right. I can't hold it in. Yeah, we're playing the Yankees. I don't know what the score was, though. So if anybody has the score of the Yankees and the Guardians, let me know.
I don't know nothing about no baseball. If it ain't the White Sox, I don't want to know. And they suck right now. So
right now, I don't have that score. I don't know if they've played yet. I don't even know. I am so sorry on that one. I did the football. So anyone that's got the baseball score, pop it up there and we'll announce it. Thank you so much.
Are they playing the Yankees today?
I thought so. Today's Monday.
Okay.
They should be. They beat Detroit. They got the first round of the playoffs, so they're in the second round. Yankees 4-1 over Cleveland. Okay, so it's still going. Okay. And they're in New York, so they're playing in New York tonight.
Oh, that's right. They did change their name. Duh, Jasmine. I was like, Cleveland's team is not the. Never mind.
Yeah, 7th inning. Okay.
Blonde moment. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, formerly the Indians, for any of you that have not heard that we are now the Guardians. So formerly the Cleveland Indians. So all right, well, we got all of our scores out and what we did, and somebody's got to say go.
Really, right.
Now here's the thing. Growing up here in Cleveland most of my life, my younger life I should say, you had to have two teams in every sport. You just did. So I am a Yankees fan as well. However, if I have to pick when they're playing against each other, I'm definitely an Indians fan. And yes, I still call them the Indians. Okay. So that's what I do. So I still call them the Indians. But anyway, moving on. So tonight, guys, we're going to talk about our topic is the Bible versus real relationships.
This should be up a couple of people's alley. There's a couple of people on here that should have a lot to say about this.
This is going to be pretty interesting and deep. So
it's going to be deep and intense.
Right. Stressed.
Hey, Mr. Gibson.
Hey, hello, passion poets. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the Bible, and we're going to talk a little bit about relationships. And we're going to figure out if really what the Bible says is something that we can live by today, basically. Um, what does that say?
The black femdom superiority always wins.
Okay,
It's a sub that's on my page.
got you. So when we're talking about relationships, a lot of times, and people getting together or people having their relationships or being committed to their relationships, a lot of time religion does play a role in people getting together, in people staying together, how they put their relationships together. It's based on the Bible or based on religion. A
Yes.
lot of times we hold a Bible during a ceremony. If you're a marriage ceremony, they read from the Bible. They'll read some of the passages that have to do with marriage and the union of a man and a woman. And a lot of what is said in those words from the Bible, sometimes there's some things that are not um, actually translated correctly, and they're not actually uh, equal in their meaning. What do I mean by that? Some of the passages that are read, a lot of times, if you read a lot of the passages, and as a woman, I do read a lot of these passages, and I can see the misogyny in these passages. You have to understand, of course, the day and time supposedly that these things were written, and take that into consideration. And you also have to
Correct.
take into consideration the males that wrote or transcribed uh, the Bible into English, and and basically put it into the context that it is today.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, and just my own personal opinion, and a lot of people know this about me, they know that I am also a pastor. Um, so I do read the Bible. Um, However, a long time ago, I discovered, or I thought, to me, I asked my grandmother, and I had a very, very good friend that was a pastor's son. And I asked them, I said, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Because I found a lot of contradictions within the Bible. And I asked them, I said, what if, for kicks and giggles, the Bible was a hoax? There's no one around to actually verify everything that's in this book.
Well, that's already been proven because for if you go into history, they've had different Bibles for different reasons. The slave Bible only had scriptures in it that kept slaves in an enslaved mentality, that made us afraid to run away, that made us afraid to fight. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And even in today's Bible, I feel like even though the Bible has changed several times and there are so many different versions of the Bible, I've always felt like because it's still masculine driven and it is still used to keep women in quote unquote submission.
Yes. Um,
Because there's a lot of books missing from the Bible, a lot of canons missing from the Bible that we know today.
Correct. And on top of it, a lot of mistranslations, because
Yes,
they did not know the wording, and so therefore they put in, quote unquote, their own wording, or what they thought it might have said, or what they thought it might have meant.
correct.
On top of that, if you take into account how we are as people, and we tend to embellish, or we intend to put our own spin on something, um, you have a lot of convoluted, uh, confusing, misleading, misunderstood interpretations of the
Correct.
Bible.
And Nathan said something really good. He said religious standards, and this kind of what I was saying. Religious standards are dictated by men and designed to artificially give them power. In today's world, women no longer believe that that's the only way to live. That is correct.
Mm-hmm. And they probably believed it a long time ago as well, but we're not as vocal as we are now.
Yep.
Um, some women were vocal, but they were stoned to death, or they were, uh, violated, or considered crazy, or a witch, or whatever, whatever negative
Girl,
connotation they could put on the female, they would do it.
exactly.
So,
Especially that witch title. Oh my God.
right, let's burn her at the stake. Um, and we don't see anything wrong with that, and that's listed in the Bible somewhere, that you committed murder. Okay, you're going to hell.
First of all, you got to look at even Catholicism. The Crusades was murder
Oh yeah.
in the name of the Bible.
Mm-hmm. And
Yo, this dog is just getting on my nerves.
dog is wanting to be on the show. um and then on top of it, when you're actually discussing your relationships, there's a lot of things that, it especially when we're talking about sex, because they will consider sex in the Bible, um immoral if you're not
Married.
married.
And then some interpretations, because they will have you thinking that certain things, even while married, are immoral.
Hmm.
I get what you're saying, JT, but we're talking about the Bible, and a lot of misinterpretations are in the translations. If
Exactly.
people understood and could read Hebrew, then we would actually know what is being said. But the translations into English are the problem.
And when you don't speak the language and you are transcribing, um and some of them did not speak the language, and they were the transcribers. And once again, embellishment.
Right.
You
And
have
Nathan brought up a good point too. He said on the hoax, what that we were talking about it being a hoax. He said, what if Jesus actually said, I am is the way, not I am the way? And what if he actually said, I am a son of God and not the son of God? Exactly. And until all people learn to translate actual Hebrew, we will never know.
and we no longer have the original
Right.
passages. And so a lot of people, hey Moses, a lot
Hey
of people,
Moses.
um when you're looking at when
Hey
you're
booby.
when you're looking at talking about religion and relationships, religion and marriage, religion and sin, and um some of the biggest sinners are actually the people that are in higher ranking areas of religion. Your priests who are pedophiles.
Okay, sis, I can't wait for you to get here. I agree with you, JT. It does. He applies himself to knowledge. I agree. I mean, I can't dispute what you just said. I agree.
But you have to have the originals.
Now
You
that I agree with as well, because I would like to, if I learned Hebrew, I want to read the scribes. I don't want to read the book.
exactly.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. I want to go to the beginning. I don't want to go after the beginning, because that's the mess that we're in right now, to be honest.
Right.
Because you have books that are missing. So if you have books that are missing, why don't you have concepts or ideals that are missing as well? It says, at any rate, even if you take it absolutely true, Christianity is invalid because it exists. I'm sorry.
It
It
exalts
exalts.
Jesus, and he was against that. Correct.
Right. When we're talking about relationships, when we're talking
I
about
will.
um um it says then maybe you all go with me next year for
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
JT is Hebrew.
It's bronze phone. What is the So when you're talking about the how people have their relationships, the biggest thing that we find when it comes to, especially being a sexuality coach, the biggest thing that we one of the biggest things that we find that hinders relationships or causes relationships to go astray is religion, is what you believe in, is
Mhm.
what you've been taught, what you've been either the process is antiquated or the process isn't being done correctly, one or the other. Um, Especially when it comes to, we're talking about, oh, let's forsake all others. The forsake all others was not for that. The forsake all others was to forsake all other gods.
Right. Moses, go in the corner.
I was recently led astray by a woman of the cloth. Oh, okay. And
That's why I tell him to go to the corner.
it's important that we discuss when people are in a relationship and they come from different religious backgrounds, because let's be honest, religious has fractured. It's not all about the Bible. Okay, you've got your Mormons, you've everybody, but every culture has some sort of deity or some sort of thing that they worship or some sort of scripture of some sort. You have to
Correct.
understand that even though in the different cultures, if you're looking at your Asian cultures, if you're looking at your Native American cultures, if you're looking at your African cultures, not everybody read the Bible, but religion of some sort, and I'm using quotations for the word religion of some sort existed in most cultures. But what transpired is somebody decided way back when that my version, my culture's version, or my Bible is better than yours. Everybody else is heathens. Everybody else is not as, you're less than unless you were into Christianity. And you have to look at that. You have to start there. You have to make sure that you're looking at everything, because the Bible isn't the only type of religion that there is or was. So you have to understand that it says no matter your belief system, successful relationships require mutual respect. Yes.
Correct.
However, if you look at some of the writings within the Bible, that does not compute,
And it doesn't exist.
especially if you're talking about women. So, in a lot of ways, I know what I believe in, so I don't have to feel guarded by what I'm about to say. But in a lot of ways, the Bible is very misogynistic.
I've been saying that for years.
And on top of that thought process, not only is it misogynistic, but a lot of times what it says in the Bible that applies for women, for a man, for a woman to give to a man, guess what? The man is supposed to also give that to a woman. But we don't talk about that part. We leave that part out. We just make
We
sure
do.
that it's all about her obeying him, her doing what he says, her being docile or submissive to him. We forget about the part. We don't mention the part about where he needs to be submissive to her. It's not discussed. It's not talked about, because people have embellished and people have made what is in the Bible fit what they want it to fit.
They made it fit patriarchy.
So my feeling is, where do we go from here? How do we get away from not having the respect and not having and weaponizing, actually weaponizing the Bible, weaponizing it against people as well as against women, um, because that's basically what it has been done over the centuries. It's been weaponized. You're going to follow this, you're going to be like this, we're going to kill off. I mean, just think about it. I have Native American blood running through me. Okay, of course, my tribe can't be recognized, but it was here way before the colonizers were. But you come to this land and you decide as a person that your way is the only way, your way is the right way, your way, your Bible is it, without even learning or understanding the culture that is before you. Like I said, all cultures worship in some shape, form, or fashion. They all do. So to make it only, as we said, the Crusades, that was just a weaponization, a way of making people toe the line.
Right.
I mean, nobody wants to go to the rack, even in the
Right.
BDSM lifestyle, and get stretched to death. Okay.
JT said to say the word is misogynistic is to say that Yahweh is as well. In fact, a woman isn't equal to a man like a man isn't equal to Yahweh. I get what you're saying, but see, this has always been my complication, especially when it comes to weaponizing the Bible against women. We are told that we have to be married, we have to be submissive to a man. But just like I don't want to get it wrong, but I want to say Paul was a single man and he was to never be married. And he did the work of God and Jesus after Jesus hung on the cross. Why can't a woman do the same thing? There are some of us, it is not our calling to be married, yet being married and bearing children is weaponized against us. God used women as well as men to get the gospel across. So why isn't there some type of equal footing on some aspects? This dang dog then got in my clothes and got comfortable. I'm glad it's the stuff I gotta wash. Anywho, I agree with you, but a lot of people use submission in meaning subservience. And we both know that. We both know that it doesn't mean that, but a lot of people use it to mean that. A lot of people weaponize it to mean that.
I'm trying to find, you guys keep talking. There's one passage I want to read, and I just had it, and I'm trying to grab it again.
I'm still tripping on Nathan saying, like any other drug, just say no. Y'all keep it coming.
So,
JT, I have a
so
question.
here's,
Go ahead.
oh no,
What
go
did
ahead.
you say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I just was going to ask him how many times in our life has he not known somebody to try to use submission to mean subservience, to overpower or to manipulate a woman to believe that she's doing what God said to do? Thank you, Robert. Okay, what was you about to say, sis?
So, like I said, as I read some of the scriptures, and once again, taken, I admit, taken piece by piece, they're pieces.
Okay,
So,
JT, I like that one. That's a good example of a woman of standards. You are absolutely correct.
I'm trying to read. I'm sorry, because mine it says, bottom line, if you choose religion as a woman, you choose to be powerless, especially Christiana and Islam. But here's the thing: some of us don't get that. We don't have a choice. There's a lot of women in this world that do not have a choice. There's a lot of women in this world that are beaten, that are burned, that are tortured, they're burned, they're set on fire by their husbands after years of marriage. There's a lot of atrocities that happen to women, all in the name of Islam, all in the name of the Bible, all in the name. There are men in the United States that beat their wives, okay, just to beat them. I'm one of those, okay? I'm a survivor of domestic abuse.
And it's done in the name of religion.
You can't beat someone into submission. Well, I guess you could, but it's not a submission is a willingness. And a lot of women realize that they're submitting to weak men.
There are a lot of men in this world that want submission,
They
that
don't know
can't
how to treat
handle
it.
what a woman giving full submission entails. They can't
I,
they
yeah,
can't lead, they can't be providers. How you want me to submit, but you sitting at home and I gotta work a full-time job to pay the bills? But you want me to still cook and clean and submit to you and do as you say? Not happening.
Not only that, but women, there are men out there that wouldn't know a submissive woman if God himself introduced you to. I'm naturally submissive. I love being submissive. I love catering to my guy or to my partner. I love doing that. It's a part of me. I love it. It's there's But I'm also a strong woman at the same time. If your manly duties, whatever those manly duties are, and you're not doing them, and they need to be done in order for us to survive, and I know how to do something, guess what? It's gonna get done. And it's always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that it hasn't. Because women have picked up the slack. While men went off to war for years, the woman ran the household. While he's off making babies, she's over here playing with a dildo that's made out of stone. There is this I don't know what it is, but I think it's the world of make believe that a lot of men live in, that think that women haven't been strong. You push a baby out. Let me see you do it. And if you don't think women are strong, while they're over here tanning hides, some of them hunt. They're over here generating revenue. They're over here putting up with everything negative. There's women out here that survive abusive relationships, being beaten, being raped, go on to become very strong women. And this is not things that just happen nowadays. This is things that's happened throughout the history of women. It's not like it just started, because it's been going on since the beginning of time.
Nathan says, here's the uncomfortable question. Why do women give time to unmanly males? Few reasons. Like I said, being motherless and not a wife is always weaponized against us. You have a lot of women out here that feel like they have to have a man and won't be alone because somebody in their family is telling them there's something wrong with them because they don't have a man. So women lower their standards. Um a lot of times though, too, there are times where they can appear to be manly and then turn the tables once they've got your attention. And then sometimes it's hard to get away at that point. So there's all kinds of reasons why it happens, but it happens.
And it happens on both sides of the street. It don't
It
just happen.
does, because it's not just low value males, it's low value women too.
Mm-hmm. Men will argue, especially men in our culture. Oh well, you're an angry black woman, so I'm gonna go over here to the white woman. Okay.
Or even that aside, let's go with even the ones that still choose to date black women. The value that is put on women is our looks. Men will say all day long, I can't find a good woman. And then you look at the women he's choosing. And I understand people have preference and attraction, but the women that you are choosing don't even want the life that you want to give.
And
But you
once
are
again,
choosing them based off what you're attracted to and don't
mhm,
have any mental attraction. Just like women that pick low value men are picking based off of what it looks like he can provide. That doesn't make him a good man. We're picking based off the wrong values.
on both sides.
On both sides.
On both sides.
What women deem as valuable is not what men deem as valuable, and what men deem as valuable, women don't deem as valuable.
Sometimes also women give time to low valued gentlemen because they're persistent. They'll be the ones that send the flowers and send the candy and keep doing things over and over and over again. And at some point, she might just say, hey, you know what? Why the hell not?
That part.
He said, well, I'm a chauvinist. A man should be able to take care of all needs, whether the woman needs him to or not. That's unrealistic. It's not that you're chauvinist, it's that you can't, and I guess I can understand where you're coming from, but the word all, that's a lot of pressure to put on a man. That's a lot
I
of pressure
agree.
to put on anybody. And that's where we make a lot of mistakes. We put all this pressure on men to do all things. And when they can't, due to whatever, life in general, for example, let's just take the natural disasters that just happened in Florida. You've got grown men crying because everything that they've worked for is gone in the blink of an eye. He cannot provide right now for his family. Do you know how he feels? And it's going to take not days, not months, but it's going to take years to move past the destruction that just took place down there. And he has to look at his wife and his children and know that they have no roof over their head right now, no food in their stomach. He cannot provide. He can't even get gas for the car. He can't even put shelter or clothing on them. He can't put food in their stomach. This is a lot to ask of one person. When my belief in a relationship, especially a marriage, is that you stand together. You're supposed to be as one, supposedly. That's what it says in the scripture. It says for us to come together as one when we get married, but yet and still we got this over here and we got this over here. You can't be one when you're two. So you have to, we have to start to learn to not have these extreme thought processes when it comes to what a person can do. Because right now, those men down there can't provide.
Correct.
And just like here, when we got 4 tornadoes, houses were
That was horrible.
houses were wrecked, cars, trees falling on cars, no power, no food, no. It's a lot, especially if you're financially not prepared for that. And nowadays, a lot of us are struggling financially. Let's just be honest. We're trying to get ahead. Here comes 4 tornadoes hitting Cleveland. I lost all my food. Everybody that lost, they lost way more than I did. I just lost food. But you know what? I woke up this morning. We had high winds from the last hurricane, whatever that just hit. And I woke up this morning with no power. And guess who just put food back in her house? Hi, just put food in there. Thank God it wasn't off for very long. But I woke up this morning and I'm thinking to myself, here I go again. And I don't necessarily have all the funding to go back out, go to the grocery store and get food. Yeah, I have insurance. Guess what? My deductible is higher than the amount of food that I'm losing. So I still got to replace all the food or pay a $500 deductible. Now, irregardless if that was with me or my husband, we don't have $500 to be shelling out every 3 months because of storms.
Mm-hmm.
Things that we cannot control. Some of those men down in Florida are broken right now. People are going home to what they thought was their home and it's not. It's your home is
Mm-hmm.
blown all over. It's blown all over the neighborhood. We put a lot of pressure, even as when it comes to sex. Women expect a man to know how to please her. He don't have
He
the
don't
same
know your
anatomy.
body. He has to learn you.
Well, not only that, but he doesn't even have the same anatomy. But we put
Yeah.
all of this pressure on a man. It's a lot. And I understand that some men, they're up for the challenge. Yay! But my
Thank you for
father,
being that.
but some of you should want a helpmate. You should want someone that has your back, that is by your side, that is supporting you. Because as much as we would love for every day to be sunshiny and puppy dogs and rainbows, there's going to come some times when it's not.
I agree.
And can that woman step up and help, even if it's temporary? Doesn't have to be forever. It could be a situation where you're sick, or a situation where you're in an accident. This ain't the 1950s no more. Women know how to write a check. Women know how to get up and go to work. Women know how to help and support. And it's not a slight to a man to have his wife or his significant other be there to support him and say, hey, baby, I got your back.
I agree.
You're That's why a lot of our men are dying. They trying to do too much. They got bad health. They got bad eating habits. They got bad sleeping habits. They're trying to make sure that everything is perfect and fine, and it may not be.
I agree.
And you're trying to burden yourself with so much responsibility that maybe you don't even see it, but it does take its toll. I mean, it's great for a man that wants to take care of his responsibilities as a man. That's wonderful. We applaud you. But at the same token, if you have somebody in your life that is willing to say, hey, look, I got you, I'm going to help out. I've seen one of the things I've been seeing here lately, which is kind of cool, is I guess it's like a little bit of a test where the guy gets in a car and his girl gets in after him. They're going out to dinner, and they make it, maybe they'll say they make it to the restaurant, and he realizes he left his wallet. And she reaches in her purse and said, baby, I got you. You always taking us out. I got you. Don't worry about it. I would rather have that woman, if I were a guy, I would rather have that woman that I know has my back through thick and thin, good, bad, and indifferent, than somebody that's only going to be there for the good times.
Correct.
That's just my soapbox. But getting back to the getting back to the topic at hand, when we're talking about the Bible and we're talking about relationships, like I said, a lot of times we go to this reference and try to make it it's the gospel for a lot of folks. Um and that's not to belittle it in any way, shape, form, or fashion for them. Um but to make sure that we all understand that this may not be the gospel for everyone. There might be some things that can be um, misunderstood, misconstrued, mistranslated, missing period, not in there that's supposed to be in there. But there's a lot of things that were in the Bible, and some of the verses that I was reading before we came on tonight is it not only says that you're supposed to do this for a woman, but the woman is also supposed to do it for a man, or for her man, for her husband. It's not just one way. It's not a one-way road. It's two ways. It's supposed to be a two-way street. um and that the two of you are doing this together, not something that you're doing separately. When we talk about
Hey,
forsaking all
Wesley.
others, hey Wes, when we talk about forsaking others, when we talk about the only immoral uh lifestyles and things along those ways, along that way, I guess for me, and I don't know about other people, but for me, it's hard to take what's written when you know history.
I can see that.
It's very difficult to swallow all of it when you know history, because the people that were trying to shove Christianity down other folks' and other cultures' throats were busy breaking all of the all of the commandments and all of the writings that are in the Bible. They were separating families. They were killing people. They were doing all of the things that are not. They were raping women. They were taking children away from their. But then you go to church on Sunday and say five Hail Marys and you good. Where
That
where
is true.
where? What's the word? The caucasity of it all. It makes no sense.
That is true.
What do you think, like, what can we do? Because I know what I believe in. So I have my own belief system. And yes, I do believe in God, and yes, I do believe in Jesus Christ. So I don't want people to think that I do not. I just don't necessarily believe in everything that's in the Bible, because
Okay.
I don't believe that, in my belief, this is me, I don't believe that everything that's in the Bible is what is supposed to be in there.
Correct. So, what's your question?
What can we do to get to the truth of the Bible?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I thought the what JT said earlier made sense. If you learn Hebrew, then you can learn the truth because you can read the scrolls and read the Hebrew translations. But I think it more so comes down to, as a whole, learning every aspect. making yourself educated and not just taking the Bible at face value. Um, looking at the Bible as a, and I know it's going to make some people upset for me to say this, but looking at it as a book of parables and not exact history. Psalms and Proverbs, to me, the whole entire Bible are stories and proverbs. Do you get what I'm saying? And parables. And they all have lessons. And I believe that the lessons that are in the Bible are all genuine. But I feel like the wording is used to be weaponized against certain people at certain times. And that's where you have to have your knowledge of history, of things that might have, past and present, and knowledge of the strength of both men and women, and what our places are as a whole in this world. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, because throughout history, for some unknown reason, women are depicted as meek and weak. And women are not necessarily meek and weak, especially women of color, because we were not pampered. We were shackled just like our male counterparts and brought on slave ships. We were beaten. We were raped. So no, we are not meek and weak and docile, because we had to survive. And there are other cultures of women that have had to survive, including white women that have had to survive. So to think that, especially in this day and age, we're not back in, before Christ or right after Christ. We're in the year 2024. Women have degrees, women are running companies, women are in the workforce. They're business owners, as well as mothers, home, taking care of the home, still playing nurse, still doing multiple tasks, as you well know, being business owners, being still working full-time jobs. There is nothing meek or weak about that. We're not here, I don't feel, and I guess once again, in my opinion, I'm not here to try to outdo my man. But I want to be here so that we can have financial growth. Because even if he is not a six-figure man, him and both of our incomes together, we can be a six-figure couple. Nothing wrong with that, I don't think, And each relationship is, each relationship is their own. How you do things in your household, we've talked about that before. How you do things in your household is how you do things in your household. Whatever makes your household work. And that's not to knock any man that's out there doing or who believes that they need to handle everything within the household. I just personally believe in being, because this is how my father raised me. I personally believe in being a help, not a hindrance. I don't want a man to feel like he has to do everything, and if he can't do everything, he's a failure of some sort. He's less than. Does that make sense? Does that I wouldn't, if I care for this man, if I love this man, I don't want this man to feel less than anything. But everybody, whether you're a man or a woman, gay, straight, monogamous, swinger, at some point in your life, you always need a helping hand. Be able to allow that to happen.
I agree.
Allow your partner to aid and help, because sometimes it just makes doing things together. We've talked about that. We've talked about intimacy, even if it's just doing the dishes together. Even if you're out fixing the car and she comes out and hands you a tool, you know, sometimes it's the little things.
I might be under the car already. I'm just that.
You and me both. You're like, baby, hand me that screwdriver.
I've been doing it by myself for so long. I don't know how to ask my partner.
And the whole thing is that some of us as women have been out here for a long time on our own. And once again, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Fellas, if you find a woman that is a quote unquote strong woman, please understand, ask the questions, find out why she's the way she is. Y'all don't ask the question. You just think she's hard and she's this and she's that. I've been on my own since I was 17. 17. I'm 61. If you don't think I know how to change a flat tire, if you don't think I don't know how to paint a wall, how to make sure a picture is level, how to operate a screwdriver or a socket wrench, you know how much it costs to get somebody to come help you? I was doing DIY before DIY became letters. Like, I know how to take the door. I have a door that sticks. I know how to use a credit card to get the door open. Okay, I know. You got to figure. Some of us got to figure things out because we have been on our own, and we have learned that. Look, hey, gee whiz, it's gonna cost me $250 to get a tire changed by a tow truck driver, and the tire's in my car. Let me just figure this out on my own. So it's not always that we want to be strong. It's that we have to be strong. But behind closed doors, those strong women go and cry. Those strong women go, where's my help?
Those strong women go and have panic attacks.
Have anxiety attacks. Have pity parties at times. But
when ain't nobody paying attention.
But then, you know what? We get up the next day and do it all over again. So sometimes it's not about the who, it's about the what. What happened? What took place? Why are you the way you are? And I think once you understand that about a person, then you can better judge how to work with that person. If you truly care about that person, that you can better make sure that she is secure in you saying, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say you got her, make sure you do.
Facts.
Make sure you do. Don't just lip service. Make sure you got her, because she'll be moving on if you don't. And the same thing is true with vice versa. You know, relationships are as complicated as we want to make them, but each person's relationship is theirs. And for those men out here that are, you know, taking the bull by the ring, the bull by the horns rather, and you're doing the damn thing, we applaud you. Thank you. You know, keep doing what you're doing. But also understand, if you're fortunate enough to have a helpmate, someone that's by your side, not in front of you, not behind you, but by your side to support you, go ahead and lean on that person, because they want you to. They're there to support you. They're there to cheer you on. They're there to say, hey, you know what? I got you. Because I don't want people to lose what they have. And some of these things that are coming down the pipeline, maybe this year, maybe next year, are going to be very strenuous for a lot of folks. And you need that support system. But if you're basing your relationship on religion, make sure you understand that what was written may not apply in this day and age. And I should say, maybe not everything that was written may not apply.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, in this day and age. There's some things, yeah, they apply, but there's other things that may not apply in this day and age. And that's okay, because we are supposed to evolve. So good banter, I thought. What did you think?
I think so.
I
I
think
had
it's
fun today.
I think it was good. I think we should do this one again. There's more that I wanted to get into. Um, and you know, just wanted to talk more about it, because it's something that's always on my mind. And I think it's really important, especially with everything that's going on in the United States. Let me just give a shout out to my girl Una. She's in the country from Ireland. And last night I picked her up from the airport. And do you know that Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Trump has made it around the world, talking about they're eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. She goes, she gets in the car and she goes, "You're not taking me to Springfield, are you?"
Una.
Just joking, just joking with me. I'm like, "Girl," and I was like, "You heard about that all the way in Ireland?" She goes, "Honey, it's all over the world." I'm like, "Oh, I am so embarrassed right now. I wanted to crawl under my car. I just
The
wanted to
presidential Cheeto.
I wanted to crawl under my car at that point. I just did.
You know, the presidential Cheeto strikes again.
Right, Mr. Embarrassment. I'm like, ooh, so I asked her, I said, "Are they taking people in Ireland?" She goes, "Oh, yeah, we're very welcoming." I'm like, "Well, I'm going to be staying with you if this man wins." I'm out of here for 4 years. Ooh wee. I'll come
If
back.
I leave, I ain't coming back.
I'm gone for 4 years.
I'm not coming back. I'm not at all.
It's
If I
just,
take my ass overseas, I'm stuck, okay? Because there's some benefits overseas that I can't get over here.
well, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, let me go get this passport renewed and be ready. Just be ready. Just in case. So Ireland, it's looking mighty good. Gonna go do me some river dance.
We don't even want to discuss that. That's exactly why I said I'm not coming back, Nathan.
What do you say? He wins.
If he wins, he ain't leaving in 4 years. That's my whole point.
Right.
I'm not coming back.
Well, I don't feel he's going to make it through the presidency for 4 years. I think he'll drop dead. He's already showing signs of dementia. So,
Well,
his crazy ass sitting up there talking about. Did you hear his latest word about it? Wasn't even Arizona. He said something about our Ariziana or something. He said, hello, Arizonians or something. It was hilarious. So, Nathan said, I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. Y'all will still see my face.
We can still do, honey, we can still do Jewcee Tales Erotic
exactly
around the world. We'll be worldwide by then.
I'll be in Ghana or somewhere.
It's just, whew, it's terrible. I wanted to crawl under my own car. I was like, you heard about that? And she's like, oh yeah, the whole world. I'm like, oh my God. Terrible. So if nothing else, y'all, get out and vote. Please get out and vote. I can't tell you who to vote for, but Lord have mercy. If you want somebody talking about eating cats and dogs in Springfield, I know one thing that he has done that was a big mistake, him and his little friend, Mr. Vance. But they have gotten the Haitians to get registered to vote. So, Haitians for Kamala. So that's a mistake on his part. So with that said, y'all, anything you want to add?
No, ma'am.
Cool. Got anything planned for this week?
Yes. I will be setting up and working at Thundercats event on Saturday. It's called Corsets and Cocktails or something like that.
Okay.
Corsets and cufflinks. I don't know. I just know it's dressed to impress, sexy. Like a nice little just night out. The dog is back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll be setting up my table and doing some wax this weekend and supporting her as she always supports me. And that's it. That's all I got going on this week.
Okay. Well, I am preparing for Erotica. That's what I will be doing.
Yes, ma'am. You have a safe trip.
It'll be next, not this Thursday coming up, but the following Thursday. So we still got one more Monday before I get out of here. And but now is the planning stages to get everything done. So
you leave on the 24th?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The same weekend I'm in Memphis. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to New Jersey. I mean, I've been through it. I've been like when I was going to Brooklyn.
But never there.
So this is my first time going and being in there. So pretty excited. So all right, y'all. Well, make sure you tune in next Monday night because we will be back on here. Don't worry. And it will be Miss Purple Rain.
Y'all get y'all notebooks out for next week, okay? We're going to do some learning.
Uh-oh. And we want to thank everyone for all of your input. It was fantastic tonight. Absolutely wonderful. And we're gonna do a little more on this little topic, maybe in a few weeks or so, do something else on it. So stick and stay. But if you enjoyed it tonight, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you are on our YouTube channels, please do that for us and spread the word. And we will see you next Monday night right back here for more Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. For myself, Ms. Jewcee, and for Miss Purple Rain, join us next Monday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 6:30 for our folks out on the West Coast, and 9:30 still for our brothers and sisters over in Barbados. As always, enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. For myself, Miss Jewcee, and Miss Purple Rain, have a great one.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye.